How to fix RE4 not launching error 0xc0e90007 WINMM.dll. Welcome back, tech lovers, to another Teknobalta fix. Today we fix the infamous Resident Evil 4 Remake launch issue. Are you trying to dive into the horror but constantly hitting a wall? You fire up the game, ready for some intense survival action. But then, BM. It crashes instantly, spitting out a cryptic error message. You're staring at an error pop-up on your screen. This is the one, the dreaded WINMM.dll 0xc0e90007 error. What does it even mean? And more importantly, how do we get rid of it for good? This specific error, the 0xc0e90007 paired with WINMM.dll, is a common headache for many users, especially when dealing with certain game installations or system conflicts. The WINMM.dll file is a crucial component. It's part of the Windows multimedia system. It handles various audio and joystick functions, among other things. So, if this file is corrupt, missing, or improperly modified, your game can't access the resources it needs, leading to an immediate crash or failure to launch. Why does this happen? Well, several culprits could be behind it. Sometimes, it's a corrupted download. Or perhaps your antivirus software mistakenly flagged the DLL as a threat and quarantined or even deleted it. Other times, it could be an outdated or incorrect version of the DLL. It might also be a conflict with other system files or missing runtime libraries that the game depends on. Don't panic, guys. We fix this. We always do. We will go through a series of precise steps, each designed to tackle the root cause of this annoying issue. So, get ready to follow along. We're about to get your Resident Evil 4 Remake back on track. No more crashes, no more error messages. Just pure, unadulterated horror gaming. Let's get this done. Here is the fix, step by precise step. The first and often fastest solution, which many users have found effective, involves a direct intervention with the problematic DLL file itself. We are going to locate and remove the WINMM.dll file directly from your game directory. This approach works because sometimes the game comes with a faulty or incompatible version of this DLL. Or it's simply corrupted from the installation process. When you remove it, the game might then look for a system-wide version. Or it might simply function correctly without it if it wasn't strictly necessary for that specific build. So, let's get into it. First, you need to navigate to your game's installation folder. This is typically found where you installed Resident Evil 4 Remake. If you're unsure where it is, you can usually right-click on your game's shortcut on your desktop. Then select Open File Location or Properties, and then Open File Location. This will take you directly to the Resident Evil 4 Remake folder. Once inside the Resident Evil 4 Remake directory, carefully look for a file named WINMM.dll. It's crucial to make sure you select the correct file. Double-check the name. When you've found WINMM.dll, select it. Then, press the Delete key on your keyboard. Or right-click on the file and choose Delete from the context menu. Confirm the deletion if prompted. After deleting the file, try launching Resident Evil 4 Remake again. This simple step resolves the issue for a significant number of players. It's quick, it's easy, and it often works wonders. Now, if deleting the WINMM.dll didn't solve the problem, don't worry, we have more tools in the Teknobalta arsenal. The next common culprit is your antivirus software. especially Windows Defender. Antivirus programs are designed to protect your system from malicious files, but sometimes they can be a bit overzealous, mistaking legitimate game files, particularly DLLs that have been modified or are part of certain game releases, as threats. When this happens, your antivirus might quarantine or even outright delete these files without you knowing, leaving your game unable to launch. You need to check your antivirus's quarantine or protection history. For Windows Defender, here's how you do it. Open your Windows Start menu. Type Windows Security and press Enter. In the Windows Security window, navigate to Virus and Threat Protection. Then, click on Protection History. This section shows you a log of all actions taken by Windows Defender, including any files it has quarantined or blocked. Look for any entries related to Resident Evil 4 Remake or WINMM.dll. If you find any quarantined files from your game, select them, and then choose the option to restore them. This will return the file to its original location, effectively reversing the antivirus's action. After restoring the file, try launching the game once more. Still no luck? Another critical component for many modern games is the Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable packages. These packages contain runtime libraries that many applications, including games, need to function correctly. If you have an outdated, corrupted, or missing version, your game simply won't start. The error you're seeing could very well be a symptom of this. You need to ensure you have the Microsoft Visual C++ 2015 to 2022 x64 version installed. Here's how to check and install it. Open your web browser. Go to the official Microsoft website for Visual C++ redistributables. You can typically find this by searching Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable latest supported downloads. Locate the x64 version for Visual Studio 2015, 2017, 2019, and 2022. Make sure you select the x64 version, as most modern games and systems use 64-bit architecture. Download the installer file, which is usually named vc_edist.x64.exe. Once downloaded, run the installer. If you already have a version installed, it might give you options to repair or uninstall. Choose Repair if available. If not, proceed with the installation. Follow the on-screen prompts to complete the installation. After the installation is finished, it's often a good idea to restart your computer, just to ensure all changes are properly applied to the system. Once your PC has restarted, attempt to launch Resident Evil 4 Remake again. Finally, if none of these steps have resolved the issue, there's one more quick and easy troubleshooting step that often bypasses permission-related problems: running the game executable as an administrator. Sometimes, games require elevated privileges to access certain system resources or write files. Without these permissions, the game might crash or refuse to launch. To do this, navigate back to your game's installation folder, the Resident Evil 4 Remake directory. Locate the main executable file for the game. This is usually named RE4.exe. Right-click on RE4.exe. From the context menu, select Run as Administrator. A User Account Control (UAC) prompt might appear. Click Yes to grant the administrative privileges. This forces the game to launch with full administrative access, potentially bypassing any permission blocks that were causing the WINMM.dll error. One of these solutions will definitely get your game running. It's all about systematically eliminating the possible causes. So, let's launch the game again. And see that beautiful Capcom logo. Problem solved. No more crashes, no more frustrating error messages. You're finally ready to take on the horrors of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Enjoy the game, tech enthusiasts. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you. And subscribe for more Teknobalta fixes.